Hello, folks. I'm Jeff C., and you're not. And I'm here with my amazing friend, Mr. Paul Gowder. You've probably seen him on the show before. He's helped me co-host, but Paul has an amazing story. He is the guy I turn to for all things email marketing and community building too, because I always lead with this, and he never does, but I always do. He's got 1 million people in his Facebook group, folks. A lot of people. So, Paul, just spoke this morning about email. What is one of the biggest mistakes you see people do when let's say they say, okay, I'm going to do email marketing. I'm going to get MailChimp. I'm going to get Kit, whatever. And I'm ready to go. What do they do wrong at first when they first start?
The biggest mistake I have seen, and I've been auditing some people's websites and processes, is not asking. Whether it's in your podcast or on your website, they do the email and they say, well, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to build my list. And they spend all this time building this nice, pretty homepage or their landing page for their podcast. And nowhere on there is there anything about their email subscribe. Or if they do, it's in the footer as a little footnote. You got to put your email ask somewhere important. So put it up on above maybe not above the fold, but right there at the fold of or the scroll of the screen,
Mm-hmm.
and ask them in a compelling way why they should give you your email. I mean, people say they want to build a list and then they don't put any effort into it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and one of the things that Paul taught me actually, and if you go to Social Media News Live or you go to my site, jeffc.com, I have actually a pop-up with that's what signs up to get them my email list. I'm not looking for a sidebar thing. It's actually a pop-up to ask them, but it's actually a giveaway where they enter their email to get that giveaway. And Paul talked about that today in a session, the importance of no one's going to sign up for your newsletter. Like they're not going to your website and like, oh, where can I find this to sign up? Because I want to have him in my email every day. And you were really hitting the point to actually have a really compelling call to action. And you have multiple ones, and they go on throughout the year on powwows.com.
Yeah.
But can you talk about the importance of that? Because I didn't do it when I first started. I was like, just join, subscribe to my newsletter. And that was kind of the thing everybody did. But having those specific kind of things.
Yes. So the example I actually showed this morning, I found it this morning while just surfing the web. The email opt-in on somebody's page, and I'm not going to say who it was.
Right.
But it literally just said, let's be friends, sign up for our newsletter.
Right.
Who's going to ever click that, right? I mean,
I would because I want to be your friend. But other than that, yeah.
It wasn't mine. It was
somebody else.
But what I believe you need to be doing, and there's a lot of people out there in the email world that want you to build these lead magnets, and there's nothing wrong with that. Building a nice downloadable PDF or something is a good thing,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't have to do that to make a compelling reason to sign up. My most successful one is what to expect at your first powwow. And that's when people come to my website and they're not familiar with powwows, they're a little intimidated by the whole process. If they see that, it's an instant sign up, right?
Mm.
They're like, oh, well, yeah, I do want to know what to expect. I'm a little nervous about this, right? And then the other recommendation I have, depending on what software you use to do your email opt-ins, you can have them crafted to different parts of your website. So for me, I have a different one on some of my pages about where we're interviewing native authors and some of the native books and featuring that. I have another one that's like, hey, join our Native American book club.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a different opt-in for those pages. We have some ones about different Native American destinations or museums or things you might find as you're traveling. So I have one there. It's like, hey, if you want to learn more about Native culture while you're on the road, click here and I'll send you some of the top Native destinations to check out. So you can have these different opt-ins. None of those required a big, you didn't have to spend 20 hours in Canva designing something. It's content you already have. It's something, just give them a reason, a little bit more than just sign up for my newsletter.
And I think and the cool thing, and a lot of people don't think about this, but each one of those downloadables that you give or those inducements to have them sign up, you actually put them into an email list specifically for either that niche or that actual piece of content or whatever. So can you talk about the importance of having an email sequence to warm people up?
I love email sequences because, again, if I can get somebody to convert to the what to expect at your powwow, at your first powwow, right? I can take them through a journey of, it's a 7 or 8 day sequence.
Mm-hmm.
I can relieve all of their fears. I can answer all of their questions so that not only did they just engage with my content for 9 days, but they are probably going to go visit a powwow. Mm-hmm. They're going to go support a local tribe or a local group that's putting on a powwow. They're going to take action because you've answered everything. You've made them feel comfortable. You've given them all those resources. Now they're empowered to go do that, whatever it is you're asking them to do. I love having those extended conversations through email sequences. I also like it because it's a lot of work up front sometimes to write, a 10-day sequence. But once you write it, you're done.
Mhm.
It doesn't mean you can't change it when things you
Right, right,
update or
right.
whatever. But you build one of those, then it's just a matter of getting people into it, right? It's work, and then you just let it run.
Mm.
And so then next month, build another one.
Yeah.
And then next quarter, build another one. You have 3 or 4 of them. And all of a sudden you've got all these conversations going on, people writing back to you. You're able to have these one-on-one interactions, and you've got people. They're no longer just a passive person looking at your website. Now they're a follower, a subscriber. They're engaged, right?
Very cool.
I love it.
So, and you mentioned this also in this, the importance of the sequence, not to go in with your first email being, "Hey, I'm Jeff, and I want to tell you about this and this and this." You give one the promise that you
Yes.
with the
Right,
click,
right.
but also that comes later. So, can you talk a little bit
Yes.
about the importance of that?
Same thing. At my What to Expect at Your First powwow, I take them through that 7 to 9 days. I can't remember exactly, I think it's 9 days. So they go through that 9-day series. After that, then they're put into just my general, here's what powwows.com is.
Mhm.
That's not a daily sequence. That goes out like there's one day, there's like 3 days later, and then 7 days
Mhm.
later, and then a month later. That's probably a 20 email sequence, but it's delivered over the course of like 3 months.
Okay.
And those are more of the, hey, here's what we do here.
Mhm.
Here's kind of why we do it. And then here's some things you may not know about us. We have a calendar of events all across the country. You're looking for one near you.
Mhm.
Here's our powwow calendar. Did you know we do a podcast? Here's some of the guests we interview. Go check these shows out. So it's a way to, again, extend that conversation. But you guys know, if you've been in this for any amount of time, whether you're a podcaster or a blogger or whatever, say you have 100 episodes. Somebody joins your list tomorrow. You need to tell them about your, take
Right.
this welcome sequence. Now you can just kind of say, hey, here are my top podcasts. Here are the ones you need to go find. Or if you're a blogger, here are the things on my website I want you to go see. It's just a way, again, to extend that conversation. And the cool thing about these sequences is you send them through one, you could send them through
Mhm.
another. And then what I've been doing lately, which I love, at the end of a sequence, I say, by the way, I also have a sequence about, you want to join our Native American Book
yeah.
Club? Click here. You want to join our travel information? Click here. Are you curious about tracing your family heritage? Click here. And you can give people ways to get into these journeys.
That's awesome. You have a million Facebook group, a million member Facebook group. And a lot of times we think of community and email marketing as separate things, right? But you have, one of the reasons you've grown is because you've kind of married the two together, and they're not exclusive. They kind of work together. Can you talk a little bit about like email marketing and community and how they're not two different
Yes.
silos?
First thing I always say is you have to have a community first mindset in whatever you do. Community is not a Facebook group. It is not an email list. It is not your website. It is not your podcast. Those are all places that your community engages with your content. I believe your community is everybody who touches your ecosystem. And if you treat all of those places as a point of your community and you talk to them that way, they will feel that. Email is a great place. Yes, it's a one-on-one conversation, but if you talk to them like they're part of your community and not like our friend Lou said the other day, don't start your email with, hey, everybody.
Right.
It's, hey, friend, here's what I'm going to talk about today.
Mhm.
They're going to feel that community aspect. They're going to feel relatable to you. And you can do that across all of your platforms. So many people get tied up in that a Facebook group is your community.
Mhm.
It's just a place where your community may meet. But you may have people that only engage with they don't want to join
Right.
Facebook. They don't want to join a Facebook group. They're still part of your community. They
Mhm.
may just be on email.
We've got powwows.com. We also have paulgowder.com.
Yes.
And so can you tell people where, Powwows is very specific. It's got a ton of content. You talk about where you can go see a powwow. They're open to the public, and you have a schedule of those. So talk about where people find you on powwows.com, but then also talk a little bit about Paul Gowder and the services you offer there.
Looking to go to your first powwow?
That's right.
So powwows are open to the public. I encourage everybody to go and experience Native culture. It is a truly immersive experience. It is the best way to get hands-on feeling of what Native culture is. The singing, the dancing, the food, the crafts, all of it. Powwows.com/powwow 101 will get you into that what to expect at your first powwow. We'll also show you where they are around you and all that. Over on paulgowder.com, I want to help you level up your community and build an engaged audience, and hopefully turn what you help you get on the way to leveling up your business and creating the life that you want to live. One of the resources I have now is paulgatter.com/podfest. I mean, more of the ways we talked about this morning, how to take your podcast listeners and get them onto your email list. Or if you want to see some of the tools that have helped me get 100,000 subscribers, paulgatter.com/email tools.
Last thing I wanted to talk about, we both are big Ecamm fam. We're in the Unstuck Studios right now doing this recording, which is
So
very, very
great.
cool. Can you tell people why you like Ecamm and why you use it?
So I've been live streaming since 2004. I love the ability to do professional level video at home and feel like I'm actually doing something super complicated
Right.
with such an easy interface.
Right.
I've used the other tools. I've, used Premiere and some of the other production studios even. They're great. They're complicated. They're expensive.
Right.
Ecamm is just easy. And then you pair it with tools like a Stream Deck or something else. I mean, it's so versatile. I just love how easy it is.
And we're able to come in and set up these remote spots and have, multi-track recording and all that stuff. So you guys know I love Ecamm. They're amazing that they set this on. I appreciate them for letting us come in here and record this. I thank Paul for being here. Thank you. Go check out Paul at paulgatter.com and powwest.com. He is an amazing resource, not just for email, tons of other good stuff, but his stuff, his email, it's just amazing, the things that he's done. He's helped me grow my list. If you're on my list, you have Paul to thank for that because he's helped me kind of revamp my email strategy. And with that, we thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, Paul.
Thanks, Jeff.